Well, good afternoon. It's the English guy in Mexico. It is the last day of September 2016, so by the time I actually get this updated onto the internet, I'm going to call this the October Update 2016. Peach tree. We've collected all the peaches off the peach tree. I've hacked it back now, and strangely enough it's suddenly decided it's going to try and give me a second crop. So it started to bloom again. I don't think it will bloom because we've only got one more month left here of the rainy season, and then we go back into semi-drought for 6 months. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. But the oranges, we've got a really good crop of oranges. Remember, this tree was dead. If anybody watches any of my videos, it was pretty dead until we put the chicken coop at the base, and now it's getting masses of nitrogen. So I'm guessing there's easily 50 oranges on that tree, and they're just starting to turn. Let's have a quick look at some of this ground now. The sorghum is really doing well. I'm on my third cut of sorghum. If you cut your sorghum down when it's 6 inches, cut it down to 6 inches, I actually wait until it gets about a metre and a half. You don't really want it going to the full 2 meters because it's actually pretty hard to cut down, unless of course you want the seed. Let it get to 2 meters, you can get some good seed off it. But yeah, that's all done really well. The shade cloth has been absolutely tremendous for me. Everything in this bottom section, which I've called section 1 because it's near the house, the sorghum is done really well. And basically what I've done, chopped it all down 3 times now, and I'm getting loads and loads of biomass if you look in the gap there. So these beds, next year I can turn these over and actually plant some proper crops. Now the only thing I will say about the sorghum, even though it's done tremendously well for me, on one of the experiments I actually tried to broadcast sorghum seed, and very little of it came up. These are just trenches that I dug. And basically you can say it's still pretty bare where I tried to broadcast it under here. And I think the problem is there's not enough seed contact between the seed and the ground. Where I've put it in trenches, it's come up phenomenally well. These are all trenches that I dug. Urine pits. Watch the videos. I put my urine trenches at the top end, and that should seep down underground. Tomatoes at the back end have gone absolutely crazy. Tomatoes, from having never grown anything all of my life, I think apart from a willow tree, I've suddenly become the kind of tomato expert, because look, I mean, wherever I throw them, this was a straw bale garden that I experimented with, and it's rotted down. I just put a handful of tomato seeds in, and look, they all just fall over onto the floor. Every day I go out and I basically just grab a handful and just pick them off. So tomatoes superb, peppers incredible. Some of my pepper plants are now literally like trees, so they're doing well, and under the shade cloth absolutely tremendous. So really pleased with this. So section 1 has gone really well. The only thing, as I've said, is I shouldn't really have broadcast that last lot of sorghum seed. I should do what I was doing before, which is dig a trench and put the seed in. Now some of my other trees have started to come on. This is a peach tree. This is in its 2nd year. I rescued it from an old abandoned swimming pool. It was a little sapling in the middle of the pool that had been filled in. I excavated the swimming pool. We've got a main swimming pool over there. That's too big for us. That's 50,000 gallons. So the little pool, we excavated it, and I saved this. Now the first year I thought it was dead. There was no green on it whatsoever. This year it's done really well. Duraznos, as I've said, they're doing really well up by the chicken coop. This is a Granada, that's doing really well, a pomegranate. The guavas are starting to come on. I've got some more little orange trees there, they're just starting to come up. And we've got guavas here again, and guavas again. So everything is starting to work in section 1. Oh, the only thing that didn't work was the bamboo. That just pretty much died on me straight away. So I went back out, bought a baby bamboo and dug a much bigger hole. I think that's part of my problem with the trees and the shrubs. I really need to dig bigger holes. And I dug a really big hole for this one. And this one is doing pretty well. That's about twice the size now. And it's actually spreading out from the side. The green stems are where you've got brand new ones, and obviously the brown one is what we started with. So you can see that's done really well. So it must be the size of the holes. So section 1's doing really well, and I'm going to briefly walk into section 2, and then I'm probably going to run out of tape, and I'm probably going to have to do part 1 and part 2. This is section 2. This is an acre of land around the swimming pool. When I came here, this was just knee-high weeds, really bad. We bought 2 animals, 2 sheep, and then we picked up a couple of goats. Unfortunately, we lost a couple because we bought them from Slaughter Corner, which is where they kill animals on the side of the road here, and people buy the fresh meat. I went out, we bought 4 baby ones. 2 of them died on me, but the other 2 have now grown up and they've got their own babies, so they're doing well. They're right over the back there. Section 2 is here, section 3 is right over there. Section 2, I've just literally removed the animals from here. They've actually been in here now for 2 years. Now some people say they will eat all of your grass and leave you with nothing. Well, we started with nothing, so it was incredible to me that for 2 years they've literally been nibbling away at this grass. What they've done is they've took all the knee-high weeds out of this 1 acre, and they've left me with a very close cropped grass. So the next part of the experiment is we've just took them out of here. I've cordoned off their normal walkway, which is in that far corner, and I've literally just put a brand new doorway into the next 4 acres. So the last part of this update for October will be, we've took the animals out of here now, and we're going to give a month for this grass to regrow. So it looks pretty good compared to where we started, and then we'll go and find the animals because they're brand new doorways in the corner. So end of part 1, bye for now.